Hello cyber nerds, and I'm sure you're here and you would like to know how to create a very simple website with absolutely zero fees and zero knowledge on how to actually code, or rather how to write your own code for the website. Now with absolutely zero programming and absolutely zero commission and zero budget, you can actually create a website in a very simple, fast and efficient way, and I'm going to show you all this on today's episode of Hands On.
Preview.
Alright, now here what you see here is my website, and basically the method in which I'm going to show you right now is the very same method that I used to create this website. Very simple. Now what I'm going to do is show you the platform that I used, and the platform that I used is called the Cloud Access. Now what Cloud Access does is that it will give me two options that I can actually use to create a website. Now I have two management systems between Joomla and WordPress. Now Joomla is a more complicated one, so I wouldn't want to use Joomla myself, so I use WordPress. Now WordPress is it's very much free and open source, easy to use, and it can actually allow me to use plugins, and plugins basically extend the capabilities that my website has. So what I'm gonna do is, or very much what you will do rather, firstly you need a name for your website, so you'd basically enter it there. So you'll call it site nash, something like that. Now basically this is where you enter your name. This is going to be the prefix of your domain name, meaning it's going to be www.something. okay, so you're just gonna basically enter it right there. Now it's obviously going to be given the suffix cloudaccess.host since you are creating a free website. So you're gonna go on and click launch for free. Okay, then you're going to be given a screen where you're supposed to register for the website. Now of course you have to go along and actually fill in and go through the entire registration process. It is very much not that difficult to go through the registration. They'll just ask you very simple questions. Now after of course registering, they'll send you an email. You have to confirm the email, and then after that you have to log in and repeat the step, and then as soon as you're done repeating the step, you'll very much end up here. Okay, now once you end up here, you're just gonna click need a limited staging site only. So you're just gonna click add here, and then right here you just see a comparison of these two management systems, basically Joomla and WordPress. Now like I said, Joomla is a bit too complicated. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and hit WordPress. WordPress is very much easier, and easy is very much what I'm looking for right now. So I'm gonna hit that, and then this is very much what's gonna pop up, a sign in. Now of course after your registration you will have an email address and a password, so you'll just need to sign in. You can click remember me just to make sure that you don't have to go through this entire tiring process of logging in again. So you're gonna log that in, and once you do, it will take you to the platform where you're gonna have to answer a few questions on the card. Okay, number one is the domain address. Now remember, this is the prefix of your domain address. In this case mine is going to be nash site. Alright, then I'm gonna hit next step. Now this entire process is very much automated. All you're just doing is basically answering questions. It is that easy. Alright, next we are here. Now if you have a Bold Grid Pro account, you could select Bold Grid, but then I don't want to confuse you, so just keep that on WordPress default. What do you plan to build? You can basically give them a simple summary on what your website is going to be all about. So I'm just gonna say a simple debugging site. So that's very much your website description, and then once you're done hitting that, you're just gonna click next. Now do keep in mind, do make sure that the WordPress version is at the latest possible version. Alright, now we are here. This is very much a review of the entire cart, and what you're gonna do is hit checkout, and then from there they're gonna perform simple security tests. That includes I am not a robot and a number of other stuff. as you can see, that is the checkout. Now since I'm registering a free site, it's gonna select on the free order. Alright, then I'm gonna go ahead and agree to the terms and conditions and hit I am not a robot and actually go through the reCAPTCHA test, and then I'm gonna click complete order. Now this could take a while for someone with very slow internet access like me. Now basically what's going to happen here is that it's going to validate the entire order, basically checking all the data you've given them. That includes the description of the website, the web domain, and what's happening right now is that it's actually registering the subdomain that you've given it. And after registering it, then it actually has to go to the entire platform and install WordPress. And then once it's done, it's supposed to give it new credentials for you to actually use to log into that entire website. And then once you've done that, then I'm sure it will load you through. And there we go, the order is complete. Then from here you just have to say go to your cloud control panel. And that's very much it. Now if you look here, I have a number of websites. Okay, now from the entire process that I've done, I'm sure I've received a email that has the login credentials, but I don't exactly need that. So here's the website that I've created. It's running a free WordPress site, version 5.8. So just so I can actually start editing, I'm just gonna go ahead and click login right there. So now it's actually going to redirect me to my WordPress platform, and it's going to automatically log me in. And once it has automatically logged me in, it will allow me to get into this interface. And in this interface, this is where I'm now able to actually manage the website and perform editing on pages and etc. Now at this point in time, my website has absolutely nothing. So number one, I have to give it some style. And to do this, I'm going to add a plugin that will allow me to have some style into this website. And my number one styling plugin that I would want to use is the Elementor plugin. And yes, Elementor is free, so you'll just go ahead and type Elementor there. I feel kind of lazy, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just type Element. Now the Elementor website builder is right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and click install right there. So what's happening now is that it's going to download the Elementor plugin and install it on my website, and then now I can activate it. And I believe that is done. Alright, so now I've installed the Elementor plugin. Now all I have to do is give it a great theme. Alright, now it's all about customizing from here, and I believe this is going to be relatively easy for you. Alright, so what we're gonna do is that we're going to review. Okay, let's go ahead to the dashboard. Now let me show you a little something. So the name of the website I've created is a niche site. Alright, that's very much it. So I'm gonna add cloud access.host. So this is the URL for my website, and this is very much what I have on the website right now. Now since I haven't done any editing, this is all that there is. Now remember, there's not much that I've put into it. I've just opened it right now. So that's how it looks right now. Okay, so now this is the Elementor index on the dashboard. This is very much it. You can feel free to read through it. You know, they're basically explaining a number of stuff, a few tutorials here and there, just a few explanations just to help you work on that one. Okay, now we're going here on the appearance, and you're gonna click themes. Now what's gonna happen is now we're going to install a new theme. So what you see here are the three main themes that came by default with WordPress. Now I don't want any of those. No offense, WordPress, no offense. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that plus just to add a new theme. So I'm gonna look for themes that come pre-built with Elementor, and those are the ones that I'm going to basically work with because I prefer those. Okay, so what we see here are a number of themes that I can use, you know, the Astra and whatever the Hello Elementor is, and as well as the 19 and etc and etc and etc. Now these are the ones that I've added on. To come to think of it, that includes the Zakra and the Bloxy, I believe. Now they do have weird names, honestly speaking. They do have weird names. So what I can do from here is actually select any of those themes that I would like to install on my website, and basically each individual theme comes with its own fonts and everything, and this will be what I'm going to use so that my website has the style and that sleeky look that I'm looking for. So all I have to do is actually install one of these, and this is not that difficult. All I just have to do is browse through and click install for the one that I desire, and this is very much easy. So let's see, Spice and Software Duck. Let's try this one out. Okay, now it will take a little while because from this point in time it actually has to download all the pictures, the images, the button styles and all of those, and then once it's done, like now, I can just click activate. So now it's going to activate the entire theme for my website. So this is what I have. This is the current one that I'm using. So now I can just go ahead and let's see if there are any changes made on the website. Alright. God, slow internet. Okay. So I am expecting to see a bit of some changing in the style because the previous style that was there wasn't exactly good looking. Okay, here we have something. So now I have a bit of some styling into this. There's an archive, categories, recent comments. So we can see that this actually looks like an actual blog, in fact. So now this looks beautiful. So for you to actually edit this home page, you just have to go back to your contents there, and then you need to go to the pages right there. Now I do know that this page is the home page. All right, how do I know that? Well, it's written. So that's very much the home page. So what I'm gonna do is these are the pages. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually edit the home page using Elementor and see how that goes. Now let me preview this privacy policy statement to make sure that I'm editing the a real web page. I'm editing the correct web page, I mean. Okay, now let's see this one. Okay, we have sample page. Okay, so this is what I have here. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here is a bit confusing. So in this tab where it is open, I'm just gonna say customize. I want to give this website a name first before I'm going to do any editing. So I'm going to give this website a name, and to do this, it's not going to be that difficult. Just go over to customize, and you're going to see something like this. Now it's going to open an overview of how the page looks in here. So what I'm going to do is go to the site identity, and right here I'm gonna write in the site my website's name. And my website's name, I can give it anything. I can call it Tinashe's Home. Okay, something like that. And I know it's supposed to be an apostrophe there. Okay, there, Tinashe's site. Just another WordPress site. I'll leave that the way it is. So that's basically your tagline, which is the one that mostly appears below the title of the website. Alright, then I'm gonna go ahead and publish this just so it reflects on the other side. Alright, and there, boom. Okay, now let me just go back there. So now let's see. Let's see if it actually reflects the change in the website's name. There we go. So it actually shows the change in the website's name. So now we know that actually works perfectly well. So you can add a number of stuff there. You can add a logo, you know, it would like appear somewhere there, and a number of stuff. So if you wanna edit these web pages, you can add a new web page by clicking right there, and that's very much it. You can edit these pages, any of these pages. That's also a very other simple thing. It's perfectly simple. Okay, now there's something I need to configure first. Okay, so now I know my website is running, but I'm not exactly sure if my website is completely safe yet. So I need something that will secure the website while I am away, meaning while I am not monitoring it. Meaning I need a plugin that will basically optimize it, make it safe for my visitors, make it simple for them, you know, basically something that will do all the dirty work for me. And yes, there is a plugin for that. And let's go ahead and install a new plugin. Okay, and just go ahead and write theme. Search the entire plugin directory. Alright, there. Now there's a specific, there we go, this is what I'm looking for, the WordPress security. You go ahead and install this. Now there's a plugin for virtually anything here. Then I'm gonna go ahead and activate that. Now this should redirect me to the setup. Now there's a number of other stuff you can install here, like the WooCommerce. That's for online shopping platforms. Basically, WooCommerce is basically the platform that will allow this your website to actually allow people to buy things, and it will run the orders for you. Basically, that's what it does. Okay, now that's the WordPress that basically I have to answer these questions, like my email address and etc. Now after setting up, basically it will manage everything and keep my website safe. Basically, it has an antivirus, it has a firewall, and it performs malware scans on the entire local host. Now that is very much something big. Okay, so this is very much how I create a website, and I'm sure you can see that it's relatively easy. It is not that difficult, easy to handle, not too complicated. I'm sure you can see that. You know, you can just simply edit these web pages. Like, it's really simple. Let's edit one page and see, like the sample page. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just say quick edit. Between the quick edit or just a normal edit, you can go ahead and hit the normal edit. Okay, now this is the WordPress editor. Now this one is well, not much nice for me to use. I prefer the Elementor. Now the Elementor will basically edit that entire web page in a more stylish and easier way. And here is Elementor loading up. Now basically Elementor is just a drag and drop thing. You know, just drag elements that you want and just drop them, drag them and drop them. So it is not too complicated when it comes to creating a web page. So this is the sample page. Hence here it just says a sample page. So first paragraph says this is a sample page, blah 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 blah. I can remove this and say you know, and basically edit it. And here is the sentences, so I can go ahead and edit these. I love food. That is weird English I've typed there. Okay, I love food, or rather you love food. I don't know who love food, but anyways, you love food. Now let's just say I want that to appear on the sample page. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit update. So when I come here, when I go over to the sample page which I've just edited, it should reflect you love food, and there it is. Now let's say I wanna add you can add a lot of things from here. Okay, so that's the text editor. So if I wanna add something like a new heading, now remember, as I said, it's just a drag and drop. See, then I can type in the heading, whatever I want it to say. Add your text here. You can just go along and say something like gula. Alright, and if I hit update on the real website, it should show the gula, and it should reflect the gula. There it is. Now you can add a number of other complex stuff. They will not be too complex, like a video. You can add in a video like from a YouTube and stuff. You can also add in buttons. See, very easy. What the button says, the link it opens to, very simple. So it's not too difficult to make a website after all. I don't know what the fuss was all about, but this is basically how you create a website using the Cloud Access platform, working with WordPress and the Elementor plugin. Now that's how it is done. Now remember to like, subscribe. Now this is me from the Techno Kid. Peace.